What is the high school graduation exam? Every year, at the end of June and the beginning of July, millions of Vietnamese students, after completing 3 years of high school education program, they take the high school graduation exam that formerly known as the National High School Exam, or in olden days, the exam was called the Baccalaureate exam. For students, after 12 years of reading up classes in history, in front of them is the important door of life. Regulations and procedures have existed for thousands of years, but have you ever thought why these contests have been held every year, and should it be kept today and into the future? Maintenance of the high school graduation exam is strictly implemented in accordance with the education law as amended in 2020, organizing the exam to assess the general ground of the high school education of the whole country. This is a reliable result for us to adjust the curriculum accordingly, especially when implementing a new high school education program. Furthermore, the high school graduation exam is the final exam of the high school level. Organization of exam is necessary. This creates positive learning motivation for students and contributes to maintaining the routine of teaching and learning in educational institutions. Just like a stop on the highway, students stop for a bit to look back on the bus journey, take a short break to orient for the upcoming study. We often like something that is a bit difficult to easy to dislike because it gets boring very quickly. But if it's too hard, it will be hard to be done because you will get bored. If you feel bored, you're taking life as it comes. Therefore, studying cannot be completed without a high school graduation exam. Although we haven't discussed the level of expertise of the test, it is only when there is the exam that the candidates really focus on their studying. Since the liberation of the South to reunify the country in 1975, there has been almost no year without such a high school graduation exam. In the past, this exam was also known as the Baccalaureate exam to assess the student's level of ability to meet the most basic standard to take back in the labor market. However, at present, the high school graduation exam is also the basis for admission to universities, colleges, and other educational levels. In China and Japan, students do not have to take a high school graduation exam, or it's just a very simple graduation exam. And when students want to enter the university or the college, they have to take the exam with fierce competition, especially the top schools. In the US, for many years now, education specialists and public opinion still argue about whether or not to maintain the high school graduation exam. In Vietnam, students can rest assured that they can take their graduation exam scores and scores from their transcripts to be considered entering any university or college. They have dozens of choices with just a few brushes on their shoulders. Students today are more aware of their concerns and are not afraid to say what they want. Brief, if the student has a high school degree in hand, sooner or later, this will also have a lot of in studying and working later. If you are studying, try to finish well to get this degree. More than 80% of employers require people to have a high school degree or certificate of completion of a high school program. You also can study university or college or master, and depending on the periods, the Ministry of Education and Training has specific policies. Students can completely based on these graduations to increase the chances of graduation. For example, at points when you have a vocational degree, an intermediate degree, what you need to do now is not to neglect and then pass off a huge opportunity in your career later, at least in Vietnamese society, graduating from high school. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share the channel. Watch for more, follow for more, subscribe for even more.